What's up, y'all? It's been a few days since the last upload because I have been so sleepy. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be more of a journal entry checkpoint for myself and just a mapping of my progress. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been going hard, doing whatever I can to start EXP off right and start my small business off right? And so I've been tracking the progress. I've been tracking the accomplishments that I have done in such a small time, and I've been recording these things so that I can look back on it later and not get so down on myself when I feel like I still have so long to go. So I just want to go through my weekly wins with EXP and Cat Savvy LLC. So let's get started. As of 4/24/26, my weekly wins are that I registered my LLC, I got my EIN, which is your entity identification number, and my certificates of formation for this small business. So I made it official. I secured my business bank account and made my first deposit. I began posting on the EXP channel. I started the EXP channel too. Let's start there. I started the EXP channel, built it up, and started posting on it within the same 2-week period. I created my business emails. I began my Kickstarter and my GoFundMe campaigns. I secured $20 in GoFundMe, shout out Weather Rose, and I received $1 in backing that has not canceled for Kickstarter. Oh. That was allergies. I received a sale on my Etsy shop. If you don't know, I have an Etsy shop. There's 3 things up there currently, but I make content creator assets for Twitch and YouTube streamers. So things like emotes, banners, overlays, pretty much any content creator asset. So I received a sale on my Etsy shop. I've been receiving about a sale a month, which is surprising to me. So I'm very grateful for that. And I reached 559 subs on my art channel. So we have officially reached the halfway point to 1,000 subs on that channel. And I'm about to unlock ad revenue, which is insanity. And on top of that, we are at 1,770 on my main channel, my main gaming channel. So and we've reached almost 15 subs here in 2 weeks. That's insanity, dude. There's been so much accomplishment, and just, can we clap it up? Because I've been doing all of this while working 2 jobs and having multiple business avenues that I'm pouring into, if not 100%, then more than that, because I need this to work and I want this to work, right? So I'm a machine, man, and I need to be nicer to myself. I'm not a machine, I'm a human, but I have been going hard for this. And in my personal life, I've reached over my 500 goal in savings. This was a goal that I set for myself a few years ago. So I reached over 500 in savings. I've posted over 8 pieces of content in 1 week. Most of it was for EXP, but in general, it's been over 8 pieces of content. I've researched the cost of expirations. I've researched the cost of operations for EXP. Words are hard. English. I drew all the designs, branding, and merch concepts in time for the EXP channel and my business launch overall. I did all of that in a week. All of the shirt designs, the branding that you see for the EXP channel, everything. I drew all of that myself within a week so that I could have it up and ready for the launch of my channel. So I'm just very proud of myself for that. And these 2 updates are new, but I spoke to my mentor and got a business map out for the things that I need to do and I need to focus on for EXP. I paid a funding resourcer who is going to work hand in hand with me to connect me with other grant and funding opportunities. And I spoke to my business bank, who connected me with merchant services who are also going to work with me once my account has been established 6 months from now. So it's established already, but it just needs to age a little bit before they can work with me. So I'm literally connected with 3 different resources of the best opportunities possible, and I've done all of that in 2 weeks since I first started this channel. It's insane. I've been doing so much writing. Like, I'm not gonna show y'all everything, but I've been doing so much writing, okay? So much research, okay? Okay. I've been doing a lot. And the goals that I have for next week are, or this week, I guess, no, next week, because I'm going to be busy this week, so I'm not going to be able to fully focus on this. But definitely within the next 2 weeks is I have a pop-up event. So to successfully have that pop-up event next Tuesday, from the date of this video probably getting posted, it's going to be a week from now. So I want to have a successful pop-up, hopefully shooting to have at least $100 come through for EXP, but I believe in myself. I believe in the ability. I will absolutely be vlogging whatever I can from that, and look forward to that as a video, but definitely want to have a successful pop-up with that. I want to get something else. Riley's drinking water. Y'all ever been that thirsty? That's that 3 a.m. cup of water by the nightstand thirst. You done? You good? Okay. I want to upload another set of assets on Etsy since my page is starting to gain traction. I don't want to lose that momentum. So I definitely have some things that I was working on my iPad that I need to finalize and upload. You brought me a unicorn. Thank you. He brought me a unicorn. Okay. So I definitely want to have the next set of assets ready. Since my page is starting to gain traction, I want to keep that momentum. I want to have a subathon for my Twitch channel to try to garner more funding that way. My community is very engagement focused when it comes to financial support. They support me, don't get me wrong, and I love them for it. They're insane, but it's very like collaborative. They like to support more when they're getting something out of me for it, which I totally understand. So I want to have a subathon or some sort of engagement based funding opportunity to garner funding that way. So I'm going to be putting out the information for that and scheduling that in terms of which day or which days, and then focusing more on shorts for my art channel. I want to get a short uploaded in the next week for my art channel, and getting back to editing my Dead by Daylight content on my TikTok and my gaming channel. So we have a lot to do, but not too much to do really. And these things don't need to be done in the next week, just more so stretch goals. But my mentor wants me to get a concrete hold on cash flow. How I expect cash flow to be moving in and out of EXP when I first start, or how frequently realistically I feel like I would have a customer base, which is kind of hard for me to map out because I'm not very good at hindsight and looking that far into the future, but I'm trying my best to be realistic with the customers that I actually think will come in, and how often they'll come in. So I have to map out that cash flow. He wants me to get a concrete hold on my monthly bills so that we can determine how much money in funding I need to account for still having the bills being paid. And then my funding resourcer just wants to hear from me by the end of the week with whatever updates I'm telling y'all. So definitely repeating that with her. And then my merchant services resourcer, I don't know what to call her. we're going to say my bank resourcer, there we go, because there's going to be a few of them, but my bank resourcer just wants me to do more research into which area I want EXP to be at locally. She actually suggested somewhere closer to me than the Cherry Hill area, because she said the rent is cheaper and you get more space for whatever the lease is. Cherry Hill has more money and traffic, but the area that she suggested actually might be better for what I'm trying to do, because more people might be coming through that don't have access to entertainment locally where they are. So, you know, she provides POS services and systems for small businesses, and she keeps them thriving. So if she thinks that being in a local area, a smaller local area, is better for my business after hearing what I told her, I'm gonna listen. I ain't gonna fight her. So definitely researching that, looking into if I possibly need a line of credit to buy equipment for EXP, which I absolutely will. So I will be reaching out to her back about that. And then looking into spaces that are vacant, commercial properties that might already be outfitted, and then just preparing to reach back out to her in 6 months once my account is ready for those options and resources. So with that being said, I now have a realistic expectation of when I'll be able to start for real. When, I mean, God willing, you know, things align the right way, and I will be able to get a foothold in a few months from now, not necessarily 6+ months from now, but getting the first foothold in the next 4 to 6 months. That would be great. That, you know, if all the stars align and God's hand is over me, which it is, then that would be a great start. But now that I have spoken to everybody who is smarter than me, it's looking like it's going to be about 6 months from now, and it's just a matter of raising as much money as I can until then, and keeping the business that I currently have, Cat Savvy LLC, going, keeping that momentum going, keeping the cash flow going, and just doing what I have to do as a person, as me, as Kyla, paying off all of the debt that I currently have, and just getting myself in a position to be a business owner. So yeah, it's small steps, but small monumental steps that are definitely going to snowball later, and I believe that it's going to go well. And, you know, I feel a shift. I feel life-changing for me. I'm not going to get too yappy about it. I'm going to save this for a different video that's coming later. But thank you everyone for joining me for these weekly wins. And I will see you in 2 weeks for the next edition of these weekly wins, so that I can stack up. Maybe it should be bi-weekly wins. Monthly wins? No. We're going to keep it as it is. We're going to keep weekly wins, but for now, it's going to be on a bi-weekly basis, just because not too much is happening to be done on a weekly basis. So I'm just going to stack 2 weeks worth of stuff together. But thank you everyone for joining me for the weekly wins, and I will see you on the next one. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. Subscribe if you want to keep up with Cat Savvy, with me and my business's journey of opening a dream gaming lounge in my area in New Jersey. And if you believe in me, thank you. I appreciate you. The link to our GoFundMe and Kickstarter is in the description, as well as my Kickstarter is in my bio. If you would like to see what kind of rewards you can get for backing us on Kickstarter, you can click this video right there and it'll take you straight to it. Otherwise, I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.